So here we are dealing with the topic rates and returns. Rates here are like related to interest rates, and returns are related to return on investment. So generally interest rates are very relevant for lenders, because whenever you lend money to someone, you charge some interest to them. Okay. And whenever you buy stakes in some company, you are investing money and you want returns from that. Okay. Generally when you own some stakes in a company, you look for returns. And whenever you lend money to someone, since you're taking some risk by lending money to someone, and then for that particular risk you also want reward in form of minimum returns, that would kind of be interest rate what you charge on them. We generally don't say this generally investors, they don't look for this. The ones who want to take stakes in company by buying some stakes in company, but the ones who are more concerned with some fixed income, or those who don't want to take very high risk, go for lending money to someone by accepting some security or some some property, they mortgage. Okay. Or they take some surety or security and they lend money and they charge interest on that. So let's come to this first paragraph, very important to understand some basics. They are asking you interpret, you tell what is interest rates. Okay. As required rates of return, discount rates or opportunity costs. Okay. They are saying that interpret interest rates as either required rate of return, discount rate or opportunity cost, and they are asking you to explain an interest rate as, just a second, just a second. And explain an interest rate as sum of real risk-free rate and premiums that compensate investors for bearing distinct types of risks. So this is what they're asking. I'll give you a very small example and good clarity regarding this concept. They're asking, is interest rate something like something like the required rate of return, okay, for you? Is it the required rate of return for you? Or discount rate, that means in future you are expecting some cash, okay, and you want to know what is the present value of that as on today? Or some opportunity cost, for example, you have 1 lakh rupees, or you have some $100,000, whatever you want, you can say. Okay. And you want to put this into some business, you want to start some small scale manufacturing. So there you have opted to put your money into small scale manufacturing, whereby you would have also lent this money to some of your friends, or someone who wants capital. Okay. And you would have collected interest from them. The interest what you would have got from this was 8%. The interest what you would have got by lending your money to someone, okay, who is in need of funds, you would have got 8%. But you think that if you put this money into any of the businesses, you would get 30 to 40% returns. You think this is more better, right? And accordingly you have put your money into this option. Henceforth you are not going to earn 8% returns, because you opted to do this rather than doing this. You had the opportunity to put your money in this way as well, invest your money in this way as well, but you opted for this because this is better than this, it seems to you. So this opportunity of earning 8% is lost. That is opportunity cost. Okay. So whether you will say that interest is opportunity cost, and either they are asking that would you explain that interest rate is nothing but, let's say interest rate is nothing but what? My example, this is Mr. X and this is Mr. Y. Mr. Y is in need of some money. Okay, there are many people who always will be in need of money for starting some entrepreneurship, for starting some business. Mr. Y approaches Mr. X for loan, and Mr. X is ready to give loan to Mr. Y for $100,000. And Mr. X, assesses Mr. Y's track record, and Mr. Y is a self-employed person, definitely the risk would be high in case of self-employed person, because they may not have fixed income. Sometimes they may have very high income, sometimes they may not have any income, or less income, or whatever. There's a lot of ups and down in a business activity when you perform, rather than doing a job whereby the income is stable. Okay, so Mr. X would like to charge Mr. Y something on this borrowing what Mr. Y is making. So how Mr. X would do that? Mr. X would first take the risk-free rate. What is risk-free rate? Risk-free rate is nothing but the rate, or the interest what you will get if you put your money in the bank. Because if you put your money in bank, like there is no risk at all. If you put your money in SBI bank, okay, the money would be safe in SBI bank. Whatever valuables you keep here, that is insured. SBI will offer you 4% rate of interest. That is the least in country, but this is the least risky one. So first you would always expect this to get, okay, without taking any risk, you will get 4% at any cost. Then what kind of risk you think Mr. Y has? Mr. Y wants to take the money for 10 years, let's say. That means he wants to repay you the money for 10 years. So if it would have been 5 years, the risk would have been less. But now it is 10 years, the risk is more. Why? Because more time the money is with someone else. So default risk. So you want to add some premium for this 1%. Then you think that there is inflation which is going to impact the purchasing power of currency in this 10 years. So you want to charge 2% for that inflation. So inflation risk, default risk, inflation risk, and there can be some more risk, which you think you have from Mr. Y. Then you can add up extra 1 or 2% for that. So altogether 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 or 9% you want to charge Mr. X for the interest. Okay, why? Because you expect that these are all the risks you are going to face, and you want to get compensated for taking that higher risk. Okay, so I have taken the example of SBI. In United States, risk-free rate is nothing but the treasury bills rate. That is, the treasury bills are nothing but government security, and what government charges, what government is ready to pay if they are borrowing money from the public, is what is the rate, which is considered as risk-free rate. That means whatever interest the government is paying on T bills to the holder of T bills, or the general public who hold these T bills, is nothing but the risk-free rate in United States. Okay, now, so this is what I have explained you how it goes. Is you can see here, I will just give you a small explanation here. You can see this. So what is the interest rate you or Mr. X is going to charge on Mr. Y? Is nothing but it starts from the risk-free rate, then inflation premium. Because of the inflation, whatever the purchasing power of the currency is going to get impacted. You see, 10 years back, or if I take my college days, 5 rupees I used to pay for a Pepsi bottle. Now I have to pay 20 rupees for a small Pepsi bottle. So the purchasing power has gone down. I have already explained this concept while I was dealing with time value of money. Default risk premium, liquidity premium. Of course, the person to whom the person, that is Mr. X, is giving loan to Mr. Y. Maybe Mr. Y may not have enough money, like when he wants to repay the money to you. We cannot guarantee his position. And also the money is with someone for a longer period of time. Maturity premium. The less the maturity, the less the risk. The more the maturity period, the more the risk. So accordingly, you will be charging the premium. All this together will give you nominal rate of interest. What is real risk-free rate? See, government will never pay you nominal rate of interest. Government will pay you real rate of interest. Just a second, excuse me. Yeah, so this is what, and as the money see is with Mr. Y for longer period of time, the risk will increase, and accordingly more returns would be demanded or expected by Mr. X, and they should be deserving to get that. They, of course, see, if you are taking higher risk, you want to get compensated with more returns, right, for taking higher risk. So if anything in this is going in excess, more Mr. X would demand from Mr. Y. Okay, this is what is the explanation and proper concept of this. Now coming to what is a nominal risk-free rate and what is real risk-free rate, that is what I was discussing. See, real risk-free rate, whenever you buy a government security, and that too for a short span of time, you are going to get real risk-free rate only. Why? Because as government security is risk free, and why you are going to get real returns is in short span of time you won't expect inflation impact on your returns. Why? See, inflation in long term is what you can expect the impact of inflation on your investment. In short term, inflation is not going to impact your returns in a bigger way, or the impact, if it would be even, it would be very negligible impact. So generally, if an investment is for, let's say, for 5 years or 10 years, you can expect the impact of inflation on your investment. Okay, because it's a long term investment. In these 5 to 10 years, your returns, what you are expecting, may you may see lot of ups and downs in the market. You may see changes in the economy, with changes in the government's changing, or economy changing, or the world's order changing, geopolitics changing. So a lot of factors are going to change in 5 to 10 years. In 1 year or 6 months, you won't find all these changes, drastic changes happening. You're seeing the wars happening right now between some nations. I may not mention those nations name, but you're seeing the wars are happening. And you know major Indian economy is not impacted majorly because of that. But if a world war happens, definitely world war may not happen in a year or two. Some two in two places wars are going on. Third place it may start. Fourth place may start. It shouldn't start, but it may start maybe. So that may again escalate the things. You may expect a war, and in that case every country would get impacted. So that may happen in 5 to 10 years, not 1 or 2 years. Already the countries which are fighting war is fighting since 3 to 4 years. You can see that. So this is what is the concept. So real risk-free rate is whereby the inflation impact is not there on this. Let's say if your real risk-free rate is 5%, this is without any inflation consideration. That means you have not considered inflation premium in this. That means you are not demanding higher returns here. If the investment is only for 1 year or 6 months, you are okay with 5%. But if it's going to if your investment is for 5 years or 10 years, you want 7%, 2% you're adding for inflation. Okay, because inflation can impact your returns, so you want 2% extra returns in that case. And so now you learn a concept. Nominal rate is the rate which is considering the inflation factor impacting your returns. So nominal rate, you can expect the nominal rate of return if you're investing in 5 years to 10 years securities, maturity securities. Okay, that means if you are investing in some security or bond, or if you are investing in some investment option, if you are considering 5 or 10 years of time span to hold that particular investment option, then you can expect nominal returns from that. It's what you wanted actually. Why? Because you want the inflation is going to impact your returns, and you want higher returns, so that you would be getting compensated for taking a higher risk of holding the investment for a longer period of time. Okay, because inflation is going to impact here. But if the investment is only for 6 months to 1 year, you should always expect real rate of return. Okay, so nominal rate of return is nothing but any real rate, especially risk-free rate, plus inflation premium. Okay, so if 5% is the risk-free rate, 2% is the inflation, 7% is the nominal rate. If someone asks you a question by giving real rate and inflation, so nominal rate and inflation, nominal rate minus inflation is real rate. Okay, this is what. So real rate plus inflation is nominal rate minus inflation is real rate. Okay, this is what I have explained you in an easy manner, but they have given a different formula. So we will go with that. So when I take real risk-free rate and when I multiply that with inflation rate, I get nominal risk-free rate. And if I want real risk-free rate, then I will do like this: 1 plus nominal rate by 1 plus inflation rate is equal to 1 plus real rate. Okay. So if I multiply inflation rate with real rate, I get nominal rate. If I divide inflation rate with nominal rate, I get real rate. Okay. That's what. Next concept is holding period return. See, holding period return is also called as total shareholder return. Very simple. Let's say you bought a stock for $100. It has, increased in value and has become $150. Okay, so here you see the capital gain. The capital gain is 150 minus 100, which is 50, divided by the investment what you have done is $100 into 100. So it is nothing but 50%. Your returns have increased. Your value of the stock has increased from 100 to 150. You can expect 50% returns in this case. But do you think this is the only return what you're going to get? No, this is the appreciation in the share value. Apart from this, company is going to give you your share of profits every year. That is in the form of dividends. Okay, that you're going to get extra apart from this. So one side, the capital gain you are expecting. So capital gain is 50%. But what about the dividend yield? The dividend yield is, let's say company is giving you $10 as dividend. So 10 upon 100. So 10% is your dividend yield. So holding period return is nothing but capital gain on stocks which you are holding plus dividend yield. That is 50% plus 10%, which is 60%. Or else you have a formula directly. 150 is your current value of the stock. 100 is the previous value. Dividend is $10 divided by $100. So again you get 60%. Okay. Make a note of this what I've explained you and do the calculation here. So now when it comes to holding period return for multiple years, this was for the 1 year itself. Now if I go for first year, second year, third year, that means I want to hold some stock for more number of years. So returns over multiple periods reflect compounding. So all these returns would compound and you get a consolidated holding period return. Okay. So how it goes, we'll see. Okay, they haven't given any example. Let's say you are expecting some returns in the first year. So 1 plus 0.10. Some returns 20% in the second year, 1 plus 0.20. And some returns of 15% in the third year, 1 plus 0.15. So minus 1. So what is your holding period return for 3 years going to be? We'll calculate. So 1.10 into 1.20 into 1.15. 1.1518 minus 1 into 100. So 51.8%. Okay. That is 1.1518 minus 1. So 0.518. So 0.518 into 100 is 51.8%. Please make a note of this. We'll move forward fast. So they have given, see, ending period value divided by beginning period value minus 1. Ending period value. So if the stock is valued at 20 at the beginning of the period, so you take 20 in the denominator, pays $1 as dividends. So ending period, you know, you will be getting dividends as well. So end of the period, the value is 22. So 22 plus 1, the end period value plus dividend divided by the beginning value minus 1, you get 15%. Okay. And I have also explained you both the things, like with clear explanation. Now let's go for the average return. So I'm speaking about arithmetic returns. So you know very clearly what is arithmetic return. It is nothing but mean, sum of the observations, whole divided by number of observations. Okay. And then there comes geometric mean, that is nth root of 1 plus r1 into 1 plus r2 into 1 plus r3 into 1 plus rn. Okay. And out of the root minus 1. Okay. Just make a note of these two formulas. We will discuss some concept regarding this. Okay, so we will discuss something and you should try to answer my question. Fine. See, my question to you is, first I will tell you about mean. See, mean has some serious issues. Mean gets distorted because of extreme observations, and this is one of the measures of central tendency. Mean is one of the measures of central tendency. That means mean is one of the averages. Okay, like that you have median, like that you have mode. Okay, mean, median, mode are three types of averages. Okay. So these are the three measures of central tendency, and I have given you a statement: mean gets distorted because of extreme observation. What I mean by this, see, let's say this is Mr. X, and Mr. X son's name is Alex. Okay, and they they are looking for some admission in some college. Let's say they have seen for some ABC college in Hyderabad city. Okay, and they went to that ABC college, which happens to be a B school. And the first concern with Mr. X has is that they are going to pay hefty fees to this college. They want to know what is the average package the students have got in the previous past. So mark my words, average package. So they happen to meet the dean of the college, and dean says, yeah, we have got 30 lakh rupees package in our college. So that 30 lakhs package is a real number, or there should be more investigation into this. So Mr. X is not satisfied. He knows the condition of the market today, and 30 lakh, getting 30 lakhs from some local college is not something which is expected. So they go around the college, and they ask, they take some feedback, some reviews from some student, like what is the package people are getting, and so the students have clearly said they've got 4 to 5 lakh rupees on an average. So but my question to you is the dean lying here? Of course the dean is not lying. Dean has all the methodology to prove that 30 lakhs is the mean package what a student gets from their college. How? I'll tell you. So there are 5 students. One student got 3 lakh rupees package. One student got 4 lakh rupees package. One got 5. One got 6. Okay. But one got 1 crore package, that in US. So there, in every college there will be one student who would be a very who would be a topmost performer. So he may get a topmost package, the likes of the people who are in US, the CEOs of Microsoft, Sundar Pichai, and all this big like on the big position are getting millions of dollars as packages. 1 crore is not a big number. If someone gets a job in US, per month $5,000, $4,000 they get paid, yearly $80,000, that comes around 1 crore almost, if you take it. Okay. 70, 80, whatever. So now I will show you how the mean gets distorted because of extreme observations. See, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. The students are saying no, on an average we are getting 3 to 4 lakhs. They are right, but one case is extreme case. So that extreme case is this 100. 1 crore is 100, right? Now what is your mean? Just calculate and tell me. 100 plus 6, 106, 110, 115, 118. So 120 divided by 5 would be around what? Tell me what's the answer?
24.
Yeah. So now you yourself can imagine around if I just change this 1.2 crores, so 120. Now you calculate and tell. 27.6, 28 lakhs, around 30 lakhs, right? Is it so? Yes. So this shows that mean gets distorted because of extreme observations. Henceforth, mean is not a trustworthy average. So then what is this is the way the colleges cheat students. Or if you go with averages, when it comes to returns also you get cheated. I will prove you that fact. Okay. So being a CFA student, you should be knowing deeper concepts. So now if Mr. X asks the dean, what is your median package, he would get the right figures, and the dean would be surprised. He cannot bluff. Why? Because he will understand Mr. X is not some layman. He has good knowledge of statistics and finance. Okay. So we will calculate the median salary. So median is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know you don't have median, but I'm still explaining you the difference. So n plus 1 by 2th observation. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 plus 1 by 2 is 6 by 2. 6 by 2 is third term. Already my data is arranged in ascending order. So this is the median package, and that makes sense. Yes, because when you conducted a thorough review, you are also satisfied with 5 lakhs, not with 30 lakhs, right? Now let's go for the concept. I said you the the consultants and the analysts, they cheat sometimes. They cheat their clients by saying that no, you'll get a very good return. You get a mean return of some x percent. See, I'll tell you. Let's say you invested 1 lakh on Jan 1st, and on December 31st, the 1 lakh has become 2 lakhs. Okay, this is 2024, 2023. You invested. Okay, coming Jan 1st, 2024, you have 2 lakhs in your hands. December 31st, 2024, you have 0. Or else say you have 1 lakh, sorry, not 0, 1 lakh. So what I mean here, you started your investment with 1 lakh. At the end of the year, you have 2 lakhs. Then you have 2 lakhs at the beginning of this year, and then you have 1 lakh. So can you tell me what is the average return, please? So you're not able to answer. I'll tell you. Here there is a return of 100%. Yes. Here there is a return of how much? Hello. Here there is a return of how much? 1 lakh has become 2 lakhs, 100%. And from 2 lakhs, the returns have gone to what? 1 lakh. Please tell me the returns have gone to what? 1 lakh. So there is a loss of 50%. 1 lakh becoming 2 lakhs is 100%. 2 lakhs becoming 1 lakh is 50% divided by 2. So plus this minus 50% will put in brackets. So I'll write it neatly here. From 1 lakh, the returns have become 2 lakh. Not returns, the investment value has become 2 lakhs. From 1 lakh, the investment value has become 2 lakhs. So you see a 100% returns. And from 2 lakhs, it has become 1 lakh again. So you see a 50% loss. I'm finding out the average because I have only two values, opening and closing values. So 100 minus 50 is 50. 50 by 2 is 25%. So this shows that you have earned a 25% return. Do you think have you earned 25% returns here or more? Please tell. My question is, do you think you have earned 25% returns or more? Akila, you are not answering. Tarun, please tell. Answer me. Hello.
I don't.
Sorry.
I think 25% only.
25%. Okay. Akila.
I think the investment is like what we invested. We got the same amount by the end of the 24.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We have 25% returns. I've calculated. See, 100% here and 50% loss here. So it shows 25% returns. Is it right?
Yes. But
So
the amount cannot increase, right? So
yeah,
how we call that
that's
as
right.
return?
See, yeah, you're right. So Akila is right. Why? Because this is kind of a trick. Yes, 100% returns and 50% loss. So we see 25% returns. This is average return. This is a trick which the consultants would play. But in actuality, what we invested, we are having the same thing. Zero returns we have got. So then comes the concept of geometric returns, which give you very clear picture of your returns because it takes or captures the compounding very effectively. Okay. Here there is no compounding, but here it captures the compounding very effectively, compounding effect. So what happens, you see? So 1 plus, what is the return for the first year? The return for the first year is 100%. So I'll take that 1 plus 1. Okay. Okay. Whole power 1 by n. That is 1 by 1. Okay. First year 1 by n, right? First year. N is first 1 year. Secondly, okay. Let's say we'll just keep it like this because it is nth root of, right? So nth root of. So at the end we'll take 1. Then secondly, it is from 2 lakhs to 1 lakh. So 1 plus minus 0.50. Okay. And this is whole power 1 by 2 minus 1. Why 1 by 2? Because I am taking 2 years from January 1st 2023 to December 31st 2024, almost this 1 year and next 1 year. So now you see 2, okay, into 0.50 whole power 1 by 2 minus 1. 2 into 0.50 is 1. 1 power 1 by 2 is 1. Minus 1 is 0. 1 power 1 by 2 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So you get the exact answer in case of geometric mean. Okay. That shows the compounding effect is captured very effectively. And for if you are calculating your returns for more than 2 years, 3 years or 5 years, you should go with geometric returns. You already understood that mean returns are something which are not giving you a right picture about your returns. So please make a note of this and we'll go for the questions. Okay, now calculate the returns for these two questions fast. This is the formula which I have explained to you. Okay. Do this question fast. I'm waiting. So put all the returns here. These are in percentage form. You have to take 9.34 divided by 100. That will become 0.0934. If it is negative, put minus because it is 1 plus, but it is minus 0.0934. So it becomes 1 minus 0.0934. Okay. Accordingly, you should take these values minus 1. Calculate this and you get the answer fast. We'll move forward. You can use your Texas Instrument BA2 plus calculator. You enter this value, whatever you get at the end, into y power x function. Okay. That is whole power, you should get 1 by 3. So y power x, either you take 1 by 3 is 0.33. So you put this power, this and y power x function and you put this, you get the answer. Do this fast. If you have done with this, shall we move forward?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, shall we move forward? Geometric mean versus annual return. This is geometric mean, this is annual return. So see what is happening here. They're asking you a question for the last 4 semi-annual periods. Semi-annual is 6 months. 6 month holding period returns. on an investment are this. For last 4 semi-annual periods, they are speaking about 2 years. 2 years will have 4 semi-annual periods. Calculate the geometric mean and annual rate of return. So we'll do the geometric mean, which captures the compounding frequency very properly. And what about the annual return? See, if I take geometric mean, I will take this 4 returns and whole power 1 by 4 minus 1. Okay. Annual return is, I will take the returns here and I will take whole power 1 by 2, because one particular year will have 2 6 months period. Am I right? So they are not. So the 4 semi-annual period equal 2 years. So as to get an annual return, we use 2 as the root. See, what happens is, for geometric mean, you are taking 4 periods. But why are we taking 2 here? We are taking 2 here because we want annual returns. Okay. So if I take 2, how many semi-annual periods are there? 4 semi-annual periods. Okay. 2 semi-annual periods in year 1, 2 and semi-annual periods in year 2. Isn't it so? So these two make 2 years. So if I take annual return, I have to take the square root of whole power 1 by 2. Are you understanding? Because I want this particular thing as per annum, as per 1 year. Okay. So geometric mean is nothing but you take all the 4 periods, because you want to capture the compounding. It captures the compounding frequency very properly. So whole power 4. Okay, there are 4 periods, but if I take annual 4 periods, if it is semi-annual. Okay, 4 periods if it is semi-annual. Okay, if it is 2 years. So 2 years has 4 semi-annual periods. So it goes well with this. But if at all I go for annual return, I'm going for 2 years only. Okay. So 2 years. Why? Because there are 4 semi-annual periods, right? 4 semi-annual periods make 2 years. So if I go for annual return, I will take 2 years. If I go for geometric return, I take 4 semi-annual periods. So geometric returns take the exact thing here, the 4 semi-annual periods. Okay. Annual return takes 2 years. Okay. Despite the fact of 4 semi-annual periods. Acha, if I ask you a question, there are, 6 returns given. Okay. So there will be 6 semi-annual periods, and annually, if I consider, it will be 3 years. Okay. So accordingly, you'll calculate. You need to calculate. Did you understand this one, Akila and Tarun? In case of geometric mean, you take the entire frequency. If it is quarterly period, quarterly returns they give you. Quarterly returns you get in every 3 months. So 2 years has how many quarters? 2 years has how many quarters? Come on.
6 quarters.
8 quarters. 1 year has 4 quarters, right? So 2 years has how much?
Sorry, yes, 8 quarters.
8 quarters. So for geometric, if you are finding out geometric mean, you have to take 8 as n. If you're calculating annual returns, you have to still take 2. Okay, because 2 years. So for annual returns, you take yearly wise. For geometric returns, you take number of compounding frequency wise, number of times you are getting the returns in a year. Here you are getting 4 times in 2 years. Here you are getting in 2 years. Whether it may be 4 times, doesn't matter. So you can calculate, you'll get the answer. Achha, if it is like, let's say I give you 10 returns. Okay. So 10 returns is for how many years? 5 years. If you take geometric mean, you have to take the power as 10. If you take annual returns, you have to take the power as 5. Please calculate fast. If it's done, we'll move forward. Confirm me, huh? I'm waiting.
Yes, we are done. Done.
Done, sir.
Okay. We'll continue harmonic mean tomorrow. Okay. From here, we'll take up the things tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll wind up this topic. Okay. Hello.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.